Hello everyone, this is Jag. Well, in this video I'll show you how you can make your own DIY wall hanging planter like this one. This is an indoor planter with no drainage, and this one is an outdoor one with drainage. So let's get started. For the indoor planter, I'm using some glass jars. Now for the indoor planter, we don't want drainage because it can make a mess inside. I'm using these clamps, using 3/4 inch screws, also using 1 1/4 inch screws, a screwdriver, and 1x4 window trim for a nice look. I'm placing 1x4s depending on how I want my planter to look like. So this is the look that I'm going for. You can go for any type of look. You can actually make it flush like this, or you can go with something different, any style you like. So here's the look that I'm going for. So I'm just going to make sure it's equidistant in all directions. Now we're going to flip it over, and then we're going to put some screws in from the back. Since I'm using the right size of screw, the screw is not coming in on the other side, and it has a nice look. And now I'm going to install the clamps, and I'm going to use smaller screws so that they don't come out on the other side. So I'm using one of these glass jars, and I'm going to install it into this clamp and see what it looks like. Going to tighten just enough and not too much, and here you go. And I'm continuing on with the same process. And here you go, our wall hanging planter is ready. I installed a rope on the back of the wall planter, and then I used a hook to hang the wall planter on the wall. I added some water in the jars, and I added some herb cuttings, and this wall planter is ready to serve its purpose. This way you can keep your herbs fresh. This video is sponsored by EVEAGE. EVEAGE makes this wall hanging planter which you can hang in your kitchen, and you can keep your herbs fresh. You can also use this planter to propagate your plants from cuttings, and the cuttings will root in these tubes. If you want to know more about this product, I'll leave a link to this product in the description of this video. For the outdoor planter, I'm using some 2x4s, some 1x6 fence pickets, 1-liter pots, these are plastic pots, a screwdriver, and some galvanized screws. Now I'm arranging these the way I want my wall planter to look like. Now you can have different size of the length and the width as you desire. So let me place these. I want to have a little piece showing here, and this one to overlap over here just for the looks. All right, after I make sure these are equidistant and spaced equally, it's time to screw them in. And now it's time to add the parts on the planter. I'm going to go with a design with 2 parts on top, 3 over here, and then 4 at the bottom. Now I'm going to use 2 screws on the top to fix the planters in place. Be sure not to drive it too hard so that the screw head goes through the plastic. You want to keep as much screw head on top of the plastic so that the plastic doesn't come out. And here's how the wall hanging planter is looking like. For this planter, I just used the screws to hang it on the wall. This planter is now ready to be filled with potting soil. I added potting soil to the pots, and I filled up all the pots with potting soil. And then I planted my plants in each one of the pots, and the DIY vertical wall planter is ready. This is a really good way to utilize small space. You can hang this planter on a south-facing wall for full sun, or you can even hang it in a shaded area to grow shade-loving plants such as basil and mint. I also made a video on 15 shade vegetables you can grow in your garden, so check that out if you're interested. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in another video.